you're a little early. It's just fine. I just wasn't expecting you so soon. Wonderful. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Thorn. So, I believe we have a mutual friend. Right. So Filma gave you my number? No, totally fine. So, she mentioned something about some vocal cord problems that you've been experiencing. Okay. I totally get it. I'm actually the lead singer in a band. Yeah, Hex Girls. I look familiar. Yeah, well, we've been touring off and on, and I totally understand the grueling schedule, so I have a bit of a Wiccan Brew. That is really gonna help you to soothe those vocal cords. I use it all the time before we perform. So do the other girls. Okay. Perfect. So let's go ahead and set the mood, if you will. Have you ever brewed anything together like this? It's okay. I say like a Wiccan Brew, but I'm really like 1/16 Wiccan on my mom's side. Yeah. So it's different, but still some of the recipes are so soothing and calming, especially for the well-being of our bodies. And if you're a singer like me, you have to take care of your vocal cords, or it's disastrous. Alright. I'm gonna light this candle. I always like to have good energy and vibes, even when I'm doing just like a simple brew for my voice. It's important to me, and you know, everyone's gonna be different. Alright. Perfect. Let me just grab. So I have this incense stick as well that I'm gonna kind of use just to, you know, relax us, because that's really important too when taking care of yourself, your vocal cords, any sort of profession where you need to speak or sing. It's important to take care of your body. So we're just gonna relax a bit with the candlelight, the incense. Okay? Okay. So, do you know the whole gang? You know, Scooby, Shaggy. I know you obviously know Velma. Do you know Daphne and Fred too? Oh yeah, they're cool people. It's been forever since I've seen them. I first met them. It feels like so long ago. I was just a kid back then. Yeah, me and the Hex Girls were just starting out, and you know, there was this whole debacle of a villain in a mask in my hometown. You know, stuff that Scooby and the gang always find themselves involved in. But, I mean, if you believe in the paranormal, do you? Well, you kind of have to after that situation, because it got really real for us. I'm just kind of putting the incense around kind of your energy. Is that okay? Okay. Good. But yeah, if you believe in ghosts or ghost witches, it was pretty serious. Alright. If you like, you can take some nice, deep and calming breaths. When I first started making this brew for my voice, it was essentially a mixture of peppermint and cloves. And it's very much a steaming brew. So you can inhale the brew and let it go through your sinuses, down your mouth into your throat. No, this particular brew you're not going to drink. It's all about the deep breaths. But as the years have gone on, I've kind of adjusted the recipe a little bit. Of course, I use some old Wiccan references to get it right, but I've added my own mixture to the brew as well. I mean, these are kind of just essentials that I use for different brews. I'll make a smaller little pack when we go on tour. Because me and the girls definitely need to care for ourselves out on tour as well. So I take some of my herbs and concoctions out on tour with us so that I can continue to take care. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing most of our concoction into this. Yeah, of course. Feel free to take notes. It's not secret recipes. I'm pretty open with my craft. Probably why Velma thought we'd be a good fit. Okay, so we'll be mixing the concoction and the brew into this here, and then the best way is to hold it and breathe into it. Okay? Perfect. Peppermint is still my favorite go-to of it. It's my favorite thing to grow in my garden as well. So I'm going to use a mixture peppermint leaves, and then I have some oils too. Some of those peppermint leaves. You really get the scent from it if you press and smush the leaf. So this is just a little herb smasher. And you just do little delicate motions. Your hand. The smashers come in wood like this. You know, they can be rock, marble, crystal I've even seen. To use a little bit of this clove. Sometimes if you're feeling a little out of sorts, I will sometimes add in some lavender too, which is really nice for relaxing the body in general. Now, have some hot water, which is very essential for this process as well. Okay, so let's just see the steam already. Now I'm going to add the first bit, and then we'll continue with the rest of the water. Okay, so the mixture of peppermint, clove, I may put a dash of lavender in there for us. Time will tell. Now, this one is eucalyptus that I would like to add as well. I'm making yours example a little more fancy today. Just because I know you're taking notes and I want you to have options. Your brew doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine. And there's eucalyptus, which is really great for breathing, which can be so beneficial for singing as well. And then I do have a peppermint oil as well, which I know we have the leaves, but sometimes I like a little bit more peppermint scent for me. It's one of my favorite scents. So already you can smell it. If you get close here, I'll lean in with you. from breathing in through your nose to your mouth. So. And then the nose. I'm gonna add a little bit more of our warm water for us, okay? There we go. Breathe it in. This will work for me because I actually have a little concert tonight. So I like to give myself a little refresher. Yeah, I'm almost ready. I haven't put my fangs in yet. Yes, we usually perform with the fangs. My bandmate Luna, her dad actually makes them customized for us. He's a dentist, so he fit us with the fangs, especially for our performances, so it doesn't hinder our singing whatsoever. Yes. I'm just gonna lean a little closer to you so you can take some nice deep breaths and see how beneficial it is to you as well. Okay, you can go ahead and hold this and continue to breathe. And like I said, it's just a couple suggested recipes. So very simple. I think most people think that my brews are a lot more complicated than they are, but it's an easy trick to clear your breathing, your voice, your well-being, of course. Well, let's see here. Just have a look for you. Look at that specific spot for you. I'm sure Velma mentioned that I'm not a doctor, but it works for me. This is one of the first readings I read when I was so young, back when I had just started Hex Girls. And then of course I've made my notes, my own do's and don'ts, or what works for me. Exactly. Okay, just what you're talking about, more of a relaxing sleep aid that could continue to benefit your voice, but would also really help with the relaxation and the sleep. So lavender is going to be a main focus in this brew, and you can feel free to copy this recipe down. As I said, we could use some lavender, and sometimes I do. For sleep, it's a very well-known sleep aid, even in the more mainstream of things, if you will. So while my brew has 2 types of peppermint, for something more of a sleep brew, you could do 2 forms of lavender, yes, from the stem and an oil. To go along with some of these, there's various brews that you can make that are more drinkable or edible, if you will. Always want to make sure that you're being safe with what you consume into your body. I don't want you to think that I've given you a poison apple or anything like that. Okay. Did you want to look at that lavender brew recipe for sleep? Okay, how about I trade you then? You take the book, I'll take the bowl back. Feel free to take your notes. It was lovely to meet you. Do you have everything that you needed to know? Thank you. Well, if you don't mind, I do need to continue to get ready for the show. Alright, well, if you have any more questions or comments, I'll be back here later this evening after the performance. Alright, darling. Bye now.